Coming up on Take 30 News, a MSU fraternity hosts a car smashing event for students to relieve some stress.
And the Starkville Area Arts Council showcases local artists in its winter showcase.
A letter written by Osama bin Laden goes viral more than 20 years later.
Your Take 30 News starts right now.
Take the show open. I don't know why it does that. Ready to? Take two.
Welcome to Take 30 News. I'm Candice Bruce.
And I'm Jake White.
And go to one.
A former Mississippi art teacher at Water Valley High School is free on bond after accusations surfaced that she sent inappropriate pictures of herself to a student while employed at the school.
And take your
Prosecutors
graphic.
charged 27-year-old Emily Swinkowski with enticement of a child and child exploitation. District Attorney Jay Hale says police started investigating several weeks ago after the allegation appeared that she sent the photos to a 16-year-old student. The incident was reported by another student who found out what happened and informed the principal, who got the police involved.
Take two.
And it's time for a first look at our forecast.
For that, we turn things over to Campus Connect meteorologist Zack Rogers.
Cut to three.
Thanks, Jake. Well, you can't say it's been a really pretty day. Clouds have been kind of there all day, but fortunately, it has been feeling a little bit better than it has these past few days. We saw a high today around 72. It's about 70 degrees now with a calm wind. And those temperatures really did kind of drop off today, and they will continue to drop off as we move into the evening hours, with a big change coming just around the corner. But I'll have more on that in just a minute.
And go to two.
Dialogue matters. That's the message from Mississippi State President Dr. Mark Keenum. Keenum spent this morning discussing the university's progress in addressing the questions posed by the MSU Bulldog family. Those in attendance got to participate in interactive conversation, while those attending virtually got to submit questions for Dr. Keenum to answer. The Dialogue Matters series is hosted by the MSU Transportation Management Team and is the first in a sequence of conversations between faculty, staff, students, and friends of MSU and campus leaders.
Take two.
Mississippi State is banning the use of speakers at tailgates for the rest of the season, and some students are unhappy.
Take 30's Colin James has more on the story.
Take the video.
Mississippi State University announced that amplified music, including large and elevated speakers, will no longer be allowed at tailgates for the remainder of the football season. This ban is in response to an altercation that occurred in the Junction on November 4th during the Bulldogs game against Kentucky, where several arrests were made by campus police. Following the announcement, many students felt disappointed and critical of the university's new decision.
I don't really think
back on two, going to one. Remind Candice that this one's quick.
That wasn't the reason for whatever happened 2 weeks ago. And I just think it takes half the fun out of the Junction.
I think it takes away like the expression of individuality of each tailgate.
One student has also created a petition to reverse the decision, which has gained over 200 signings as of today. There has also been talks among the student community of not tailgating in the Junction in protest. However, not every area on campus will be affected.
Some areas on campus not affected by the speaker ban include Fraternity Row, or like these larger grassy areas that surround campus, like near the entrance.
It's a great stand-up,
there are
Colin.
currently no plans to reverse the decision, and the university did not respond when asked for a comment. It'll be interesting to see how tailgating will look following the speaker ban. With Take 30 News, I'm Colin James.
Take two.
The first game this season with the new policies in effect will be tomorrow against Southern Miss.
Take one.
The Friendly City is getting a special renovation just in time for the holiday season. We caught up with Columbus City leadership and have the latest.
Take the video.
Just in time for the Christmas season, the city of Columbus is giving its mall not only a new name, but a facelift.
Back on one, going back to two.
In the last few years, been working diligently to refurbish the mall. They've made some great progress.
A group from Augusta, Georgia bought the mall in 2019 and is now, along with the renovation, putting all new stores within the mall.
Oh, well, it'll be a big boost economically, obviously. It's a quality of life issue for the citizens of Columbus and the people who live in the regions around Columbus.
But with the renovation comes the hope that this will once again bring in shoppers from around the Golden Triangle and bring the mall back into its glory days.
Lee Mall, when it opened back in the 70s, was one of the major shopping areas of this region. We think with the renovations that the whole group is doing, that it will once again be a place where we'll see a high volume of shoppers coming in.
The mayor says that while the mall renovations won't be done by Black Friday, there is plenty of more shopping to do around the mall for Black Friday and Christmas, and plenty of local businesses around the friendly city. In Columbus, Jake White, Take 30 News.
Take one.
The mall is set to be opened at the end of December.
Ready two, take two.
With final exam season around the corner, Phi Kappa Tau is hosting an event to help students relieve some stress.
Take 30's
Ready your
Joshua
video.
Hughes has the story.
Ooh, take your video.
I felt great. It was so much fun. Great de-stressor. Definitely a great idea for charity.
Phi Kappa Tau hosted a Smashing a Car event outside the YMCA Plaza Wednesday.
Smashing a Car for serious fun. It's a camp for kids with serious illnesses, and we just raise a couple $100 for them.
Every contestant received safety glasses and the baseball bat. Each participant had 2 minutes to destroy as much of the car as possible for $5. The money made from this event will be donated to the Serious Fun Network charity. Greer says that this event will help students in the classroom.
It's exam season, so everybody's got a little bit of stress built up, a little bit of anger, so this is an opportunity to let it out.
The best way to hit a car is to hit the door. MSU student Cassandra Key says it's great getting a piece of home here on campus.
I'm from Texas and I really wanted to play. And it's a really good de-stressor I just had to take 2 tests this morning, so it was really great.
Each person got to take home the item that they destroyed. For Take 30 News, I'm Joshua Hughes.
Take two.
Over $800 were raised for the Serious Fun Children's Network at the fundraiser.
And coming up after the break, the holiday season is almost here. We take a look at one community and how they are getting in the holiday season.
And take a break.
Health of the world's oceans. Veterinary students at Mississippi State are learning how to rescue and rehabilitate vulnerable marine animals. Through a unique partnership between the College of Veterinary Medicine and the Institute of Marine Mammal Studies in Gulfport, Mississippi, students are experiencing the chance of a lifetime. Real-time research of this fragile ecosystem prepares students for a future in providing care for sick and stranded dolphins, turtles, sea lions, and other marine species. At the same time, MSU's advanced diagnostic technology is helping innovate for solutions while improving treatment and outcomes. Not only are the waters of the Gulf Coast opening new worlds of discovery for Mississippi State veterinary students, they are much safer now, thanks to this game-changing partnership that's improving life for literally hundreds of aquatic animals.
Early holiday shopping is officially underway, and the Starkville community is wasting no time shopping locally. Take 30's Candice Bruce went to see what all the holiday buzz is about.
Take the video.
Shoppers in Starkville got the chance to have a first look at the vendors' collection at this year's Holiday Bazaar Preview Night. Main Street Association Director Paige Watson says this is one of her favorite events to plan.
Yes,
this holiday is important because it is probably our first or second largest fundraiser that we do each year for the association.
The Holiday Bazaar is a staple event in Starkville for supporting small businesses and
we
city
downloaded
revenue.
one's rendering right now. We just need to download the other one.
They also remit their taxes back to us, so we remit that to the state, and those taxes that are raised at this event, this parade event, come back into the Starkville.
The holiday spirit has even translated here on Mississippi State's campus with the university's first official Christmas tree.
For more than 50 years, the Holiday Bazaar has been highlighting small businesses, many of them without a storefront. Owner of Cotton Blossom Charm, Chrissy Malding says a lot of work goes into making this event happen each year, and she wouldn't miss it.
I have met so many vendors that are coming across the state. They're loading up trailerfuls of merchandise to try to have access to large numbers of people, get to know communities across the state, because small businesses depend on the internet and building their network.
The event featured live music and sweet treats for all in attendance.
Take 3.
You can stay up to date on more Main Street Association events by visiting their website, msmainstreet.com.
Right, Go to 2.
The Starkville Area Arts Council frequently showcases and exhibits styles of different artists in the surrounding areas throughout the year.
This month, though, January, the council opens the doors to its winter showcase. Our Izzy Mecherle joins us live in the studio with what you can expect.
Take 3.
Local artists and directors spend months working to bring local art to life. I caught up with Area Arts Council leadership about the impact exhibits like this one have on the community.
Take your package.
The Starkville Area Arts Council holds exhibits, pop-up markets, and displays throughout the year to involve locals and college students in their passion for artistic expression. Their current exhibit on display is the Winter Showcase. The opening reception for this exciting exhibit was held on November 14th, and the exhibit itself is open to viewing by the public until January 8th of 2024.
Our mission statement actually is to build a strong, connected community through the arts. So whether that be, fostering an environment for artists to be able to communicate with people in our community and sell their work and tell people, this is what I'm about. This is why art matters to me.
Switzer expressed that the chief end of the Starkville Area Arts Council is to engage the community in a fun and creative way, including Mississippi State students. In fact, many MSU students submit their art from the art department for exhibits like the one they have on display inside right now.
We do have a lot of faculty members that are on our board, so I think that helps. But also just, being open to communicating with them and saying, hey, it's okay to show your work here, even, if it's off campus.
Exhibits like their Winter Showcase exist to foster creativity and imagination in artists and non-artists alike, and to encourage Starkville residents to push one another in artistic pursuits while giving budding artists the opportunity to proudly display and even make commissions off their work.
I get to meet the people who are behind the gallery. I get to see the other artists that are also putting up their work and kind of seeing how their styles differ from mine.
Visit the Starkville Area Arts Council website to learn more about how to purchase work, and be sure to visit the exhibit in person or online at www.starkvillearts.net.
Take 3.
To learn more, follow the Starkville Area Arts Council on Instagram at Starkville Arts, or sign up for their newsletter online to receive regular updates. Reporting for Take 30 News, I'm Izzy Mecherle. Back to you guys.
2.
Thank you, Izzy. And coming up, Zack Rogers is in the studio to give you a weather preview heading into this weekend.
Don't go anywhere.
And take a break. All right, this is a 2-minute break.
2-minute break, guys. 2 minutes.
Discovery. It tells our history and determines our future. At Mississippi State University, we're digging deep. Unlocking an understanding of our past. Validating it. Middle East exploration by faculty and students is uncovering evidence that unravels ancient mysteries.
Perfect.
Scholars have long thought of the biblical kings David and Solomon as mythological figures. Our research offers evidence that supports their existence, boosting MSU into an international league of experts on archaeology. Now we're changing the way people think about the past, opening up new possibilities of understanding for future generations. Digging deeper, learning more. When it comes to making the world a better place, it's all in the numbers at Mississippi State University. Our big data science researchers are creating astonishing new algorithms to model human behavior and consumer activity to identify anomalous purchasing patterns. Interpreting the data creates heat maps that can signal fraudulent activity and even predict likely cybercrime locations and perpetrators. And as the only academic institution to team with a state-level DHS agency in the study of transactional data of the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, MSU is helping prevent misuse while ensuring that benefits are being used as intended. These successes are opening doors for similar research partnerships with banking, insurance, credit card, and other data-intensive industries, leading to consumer confidence in online and other transactions. Making numbers count. Mississippi State University.
Go to 3.
Hey there, Bulldogs. I'll tell you what, it's been a little bit cloudy this Friday, with these clouds sticking with us for most of the day, but it hasn't been terrible. It's felt pretty good for most of the day. We've been sticking around the 70 mark for most of the day. High day was 72, but right now it feels like 70 with these cloudy to broken clouds in the sky. Feels like 70 with a calm wind. And that's kind of the picture we're painting around the area right now, with most of us sitting in those upper 60s and in the lower 70s. It's start to fall off for the afternoon. In Fulton, it's about 68. Starkville, it's 70. Louisville, 68 as well. And with those clouds in the sky, I'm sure you're wondering, when are they going to go away? Well, fortunately, they're going to be gone by tomorrow. You can see this front is going to move through overnight, and by tomorrow at game time, it should be pretty nice with those clouds starting to move out of the area. And as we move even further on past the game and into tomorrow evening, those clouds will be practically gone by Sunday. But there's a little bit more something on the way, but I'll have more on that later. Fortunately, tonight, though, it's going to drop down to around 51 with some showers possible in the later hours, but clearing mostly cloudy skies after midnight. As for tomorrow, expect to get up to around 66, so it's going to feel great for the game, with mostly cloudy skies gradually clearing as we move into the afternoon, with winds from the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. As for the game tomorrow, we are playing Southern Miss, and at kickoff time expected to be around 59 degrees. That will quickly warm up towards halftime in that Veterans Day program we've got going on at halftime. It will be about 61 by then, but for the evening and for your drive home, it should be around 62 degrees. So it'll feel pretty good around game time, and as those clouds clear, I'm sure that sun will come out, and whatever chill might be there will definitely feel better by the time the game is over.
That one isn't as bad
as
as
for
the
the next
Selman
7
video
days.
was.
66 on Saturday and Sunday, rising to 71 by Monday, but there will be another front that passes through, dropping temps hard, because on Tuesday we'll be at 65 with a few showers in the morning, but those will clear over the afternoon. By Wednesday, we're in the 50s, and that means for the Egg Bowl, it's going to be 53 degrees for the Egg Bowl, which is going to feel great. I'll have more on that coming up a little bit later.
Thanks for that coverage, Zach. Up next, 10:30 sports anchor Caleb Ward will take you through all things sports.
Stay with us.
And take your break.
The sense of place. We all have it.
Caleb.
Often grown from deep roots in small town communities. At Mississippi State University, our Carl Small Town Center is strengthening these ties. With nearly 40 years of making a difference, we're revitalizing communities into welcoming places to work, live, and congregate. By weaving together the best pieces of our past with modern technology and amenities, we're creating the hometowns of the future. Places where lifetime memories can be made, where you have all the things you need, along with all the things you want. Through partnerships with our communities, we're identifying improvement opportunities, recommending paths forward, and creating the plans for a better tomorrow.
4, 3, 2.
Welcome to 10:30 Sports. I'm your sports anchor, Caleb Ward. This past Monday, Mississippi State fired head football coach Zack after coaching just 11 games with an overall record of 5-6. He was promoted to head coach last December after the tragic passing of head coach Mike Leach. Monday afternoon, athletic director Zack Selman held a press conference talking about the coaching search.
And take your video.
As we look forward, we know the best days are ahead for Mississippi State. We have begun a national search for our next head football coach.
Can you bring the audio up a little
bit? We have a storied history. We've got a proven pathway to the NFL. We're located in a great recruiting area, and we're competing against the best week in and week out. As a competitor, there's no better place to be than Mississippi State University. Like all high-profile coaching searches, there's going to be plenty of rumors out there on who our candidates are, and there'll be a ton of interest in this position. I advise you not to make assumptions or believe anything unless you hear it from me. During this process, we'll be thorough, we'll be diligent, and we'll be efficient. The next time I speak publicly on this will be when we introduce our next head football coach.
And take 3.
Offensive analyst Greg Knotts is the interim coach and mentioned the type of coach he will be and what Starkville means to him.
And take your video.
Come back to what me and my family has always called our second home. Excited to be here, excited for this opportunity. That's what we're going to do here in the next 10 days. We have 2 games coming up in 10 days, and we're going to try to win the state title and continue to be me. Like I said before, the last time I was here, I'm not Dan. I can't be Dan Mullen. I can't be Zack Arnett. You know, I'm going to be me. You know, and so that's the statement I try to get across to the kids. The same guy they've been seeing every day, they're going to continue to see him.
Nice.
Now, Some of you might wonder what Coach Knox meant by that state title.
Appreciate it.
It's the best game to watch with your family on Thanksgiving.
Play your Egg Bowl
That's
video.
the Egg Bowl. We hope to see the Dogs win the Egg Bowl in back-to-back seasons for the first time since 2018 to 2019 seasons. Kickoff will be at 6:30 p.m. on ESPN Thanksgiving night.
Or wait, are we going to 2 from? Okay.
MSU soccer team is in the second round of the NCAA tournament. They travel to California on Wednesday as they take on Brown today at 5:30 p.m. If/when the Bulldogs win, they will play the winner of South Carolina and Stanford on Sunday at 3 p.m. If the Bulldogs win out in California, they will advance to the third round of the NCAA tournament with a chance to host that weekend of Thanksgiving. Now, Thanksgiving week has a lot of games going on as we take a look here. We've got the Egg Bowl on Thursday night. Friday, we've got basketball taking on Nichols at 1 p.m. on ESPN/SEC Network Plus. And then volleyball, their last game, also Senior Day, 2 p.m. against LSU. And then, like I said earlier, soccer could possibly play that Saturday. The Unified Egg Bowl. The Special Olympics of Mississippi held their 2023 Unified Egg Bowl, with Mississippi State claiming the victory for the second year in a row, winning 13-6. Back to you.
And go to 2.
And stick around and we will cover Osama bin Laden's letter that is causing so much chatter.
And take a break.
At Mississippi State University, student-led teams are taking one of the country's biggest health issues to heart. Out to unravel one of science's unsolved mysteries, researchers in MSU's Department of Agriculture and Biological Engineering are asking why and when healthy cells in human arteries can begin changing into bone-like structures that hamper blood flow. This calcification contributes to strokes and heart attacks, 2 leading causes of death in Mississippi.
Hey, I need
to
take quiet, please. Thank you.
Students are designing a 3D model that allows them to understand how arteries act within the body and what changes them. By recreating what is happening at the cellular level, researchers are pursuing ways to stop and reverse the process of calcification. Testing treatments could lead to new solutions, helping reduce the number of people struggling with the effects of poor heart health, and ultimately saving lives. Mississippi State University, getting to the heart of better health for Mississippians.
Take 3.
Welcome back to Take 30 News. There's a new trend on TikTok recently where dozens of young Americans express sympathy with Osama bin Laden. They have posted videos on the social media site promoting a letter the notorious terrorist wrote about 2 decades ago. The letter attempts to justify the targeting of American civilians and critiques the government and its support of Israel. Videos on the topic have garnered millions of views. That includes those expressing sympathy with the letter as well as those expressing disgust. Now, according to TikTok, videos promoting the letter violate its rules against supporting any form of terrorism. The company said only a small number of videos were promoting the letter and that reports of it trending were inaccurate.
And take 2.
The Israeli military dropped leaflets this week warning civilians in communities near southern Gaza's largest city to move to known shelters.
This is as Israel troops continue their search of Gaza's largest hospital for a second day, and new waves of demonstrations and protests in several U.S. cities. Laura Geary has more clashes coast to coast over the past 24 hours.
Take your video.
There is an AK-47. There are cartridges, ammo.
The Israel Defense Forces releasing video it claims shows a cache of weapons, ammo, and other tools of war used by Hamas. Found, the IDF says, inside Gaza's Al-Shifa hospital, where Israeli troops are searching for a second day. CNN hasn't been able to independently verify those claims, and Hamas and hospital officials deny the hospital is being used as a command center. U.S. officials say evidence at the site is strong.
We're confident, based on our own intelligence analysis, that the basement areas of that hospital, underneath that hospital, and the hospital itself, is being used by Hamas as a command and control node.
In the U.S., divisions over the war sparking more run-ins between groups and law enforcement. A demonstration in D.C. overnight escalated to 1 person being arrested, 6 officers being injured, and some congressional members temporarily evacuated. Morning rush hour in Boston blocked by a pro-Israeli group demanding a ceasefire in Gaza.
It is a scary time
In San Francisco Wednesday, demonstrators converged near where President Joe Biden was speaking at the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit. Many here said they hoped their actions would lead to meaningful change.
But if it's not, we will be back in the streets, and the pressure is only going to increase.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
And take 2.
The Gaza death toll yesterday shows more than 11,000 Palestinians killed in Israeli strikes on Gaza since October 7th.
Of those killed, about 4,700 are children. Another roughly 29,000 people have been injured.
Take one.
President Joe Biden is signing a temporary spending bill before a potential government shutdown.
Take your VO.
The debate over the federal budget moving into the new year as wartime aid for Ukraine and Israel remains stalled. The measure passed the House and Senate by a wide bipartisan margins this week, ensuring the government remains open until after the holiday season and potentially giving lawmakers more time to sort out their considerable differences over government spending levels for the current budget year.
And take 1.
Well, that's all we have for you tonight, but I want to ask, as always, I know this is our last show, but I'm going to ask you, as a tradition, what does football look like this weekend?
Football, we're playing against Southern Miss. I feel like we got a really good chance to win this game. Hopefully build some momentum before we play in the Egg Bowl. We're playing against Frank Gore Jr., who is the son of Frank Gore, one of the best running backs in NFL history. So it'll be really interesting to see how it goes. But I'm hoping we're able to finish the year strong and make a bowl game.
And I'm hoping that I don't have to wear a jacket tomorrow. But is that do I need to wear a jacket?
Well, it'll probably be around in the mid-60s tomorrow, as I said. So, if you get cold, Izzy, you might want to wear a jacket. But that should be solved by the end of the game. It'll be probably about 69 for your high tomorrow. So I'd say it should be pretty good tomorrow.
Well, I'm hoping I don't get too cold. All right, well, we hope you have a fun and safe weekend. And we want to thank you so much for joining us here at Take 30 News all semester. Thank you so much, and have a great night.
Music and take your weather video.
Officially on.